Welcome back to Coffee Talks with Jared Jackson.
You want me to say something? I don't feel like talking right now. Kind of just been in a depressed mood all day. I was thinking earlier today about, I don't know, this thing just kept creeping into my head, you know, this feeling of not having any kind of purpose in life. No reason, you know, for just being here. And that was just, I don't know why that thought was in my head all day, but it was, and it was just bouncing around, and it was driving me nuts, and just put me in a bad mood. And I'm driving around, I'm looking at people smiling and laughing, and I'm like, looking at them like, what are you smiling for? You know, there's people in this world, it's something that's always mind-boggled me. And something actually that depresses me is to look at people in every stage of life. Like, you see people who are in their 20s, you see people in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. In all those stages of life, you can find people who have, you know, you look at them, you look at their lives, even people that I know, you talk to them, they have no purpose for their life. There's nothing there other than to work, to eat, to sleep, to drink, and to die. There's nothing. And that's I cannot express to you how much that depresses me. To think, you know, I've been giving myself a purpose. You know, so for me to say I don't have a purpose, that's not true. You know, I have a purpose. I've given myself a purpose. I've given myself a goal. I'm going towards that goal. But looking at other people and seeing their lives being lived with no purpose whatsoever. And even though I have a purpose, like I said, even though I've given myself this purpose, I even still feel like I have no damn purpose. Like, what are you doing, man? What's your life? What are you doing? You wake up, you eat, you work, you go to sleep. You wake up, you work out, you eat, you go to sleep. What is your purpose? What are you doing? What are you doing? What's this ridiculous cycle that you're in? You know, and it's like that Groundhog movie or I don't know if that's the right title for that movie, but that movie where the day just repeats itself over and over and over, but it's the exact same day. The guy doesn't keep going. So I look at people's lives and I'm going, from the time you were 30, or screw that, from the time that you were 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, I'm seeing these people, I'm going, you have no purpose. And I watch you year and year and year, not even people that I know and people that I don't know. I see people all over the place and you're like, do you have a purpose? There's no question more depressing than to ask someone, do you have a purpose? And that purpose is nothing. You work, you sleep. Like, what are you doing? That's where I'm stuck at today. That's the mood that I'm in. That's got me. What's your purpose, Jackson? What are you doing? What is your purpose? Whoever's watching this damn video, ask yourself, what is your purpose? What are you doing? Do you wake up? Is there anything, when you look down 30 years down the road, 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, what do you see? What's the purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you doing it for a reason? I don't live. I have vehicles, right? I have vehicles. I have guns. I have things, I have clothing. I have shoes. I've got all these things. I don't live for those. I don't live for my truck, I don't live to put. I'm gonna work for the next 10 months, save up enough money so I can put new rims on my truck. Like, that's a very depressing thought to me, to know that some people live their life like that. Like, 10 months? I do all these videos, I've done them in the past, talking about your time and how valuable your time is. And I'm sure people want me to shut the hell up about time, but I can't. So much time. You can ask my parents from when I was a very young kid or a young boy. I would always tell them I'm a grown man. I would tell mom and dad I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. I wanted my life to have purpose. I wanted to be responsible. I wanted to be something. So badly from such a young age. And I haven't lost that. And I look around and I see people who never had it, and maybe had it and lost it and gave up. I'm searching so hard every single day, every week, every month, every year for my purpose. Like I said, I give myself purpose, but some people have a purpose without giving it to themselves. They have that thing from the moment they were very small. They had it and they went after it, and that was what they wanted. They needed that in their life. I never felt like I had that. I had to force myself to have some kind of a purpose in life. And I shouldn't actually say that, because I do. From the very moment when I was old enough to realize the meaning of purpose, I do know what my purpose is. I'm not going to say it here because it's a very personal thing to me. And I also haven't accomplished it yet. So when I get there, maybe I'll tell you about it. But in the meantime, for me to get to the purpose, I have to create all of these other little purposes to keep me going to get to that point. It's a very, I don't know. Looking around at adults and seeing people in so many different stages of life with no purpose. Their day, their life, their year, their years, their months, their hours, there's no purpose. It is, how do you go through life like that? I don't get it. I don't understand. And what happens if everybody in the world gives themselves? What happens if everyone in the world tries to achieve purpose, tries to laser focus themselves in on a specific purpose in life that they need to accomplish, rather than just to wake up, to eat, to sleep, to wake up, to eat, to sleep, wake up, eat, work, sleep, die? There has to be more to life than that. I refuse to accept that. I remember talking to a friend of mine once, and we were talking about, what my future was gonna look like and all these things, like what were my plans. And right now, this was back when I had first moved into this really small town that I'm living in right now, and I remember telling her so vehemently, I have to move out of this town. I can't die in this tiny little town. Just someone that no one ever knows. Someone who never contributed anything of meaning and value to the world. And I just work, and then I die here. I remember telling her that. Okay? now that I am, older, I was very young at the time. Now that I'm older, where you live at is of little consequence. You're the light that's inside of you. Whatever you got inside of you, something. Where you live at, yes, it's important, but it's you. It's not where you live at. It's the people around you. It's your friends. It's your family. Okay? That makes your life. Okay? Yes, it's nice to live in a nice place. But now, like I said, this tiny little town, I said I gotta get out of here. I'll never die in this little town. Now I'm at this place where I really love this tiny little town. It brings so much peace to my life. I have a lot of friends here that I love. And my focus is not on just, I can't just die in this little town. My focus is I can't just die without having ever had a purpose, a real genuine purpose, and then having achieved that purpose. I can't die without that. So, I'll end it with this one thing. Something that, from the day I heard it, it stuck with me. And I can't get it out of my head. I was listening to an interview Joe Rogan did with Deontay Wilder, the boxer. And he was talking about his growing up and how he wasn't, he didn't have when he was growing up. He didn't have the things, all the things people think they need. He didn't have them. And he said, how, I'm paraphrasing. This is not exactly what he said, but to this effect. He was talking about how people make promises to you and they never keep them. And those promises just never happen. And the one phrase that he used that stuck in my head, he said, promises unfulfilled. And that means so much to me, because the promises unfulfilled aspect of life, we all say things to ourselves. We all, words. We all use words, okay? But words don't mean anything unless you do something. Okay, so when he said promises unfulfilled, those are your words, and you just say them. You never do anything about it. And I've been guilty of that. And it hit me so hard when he said that, because someone had made a promise and unfulfilled it to him. And then he had made a promise to someone else and he fulfilled it to that person. He made it happen. He lived by that word. He had a purpose to his life. And he achieved that goal. So that's a beautiful thing to see. But so many millions and hundreds of thousands and however many people in this world, just promises unfulfilled to themselves, to the people that they love, to everything around them, to their lives, to their time. Just promises unfulfilled in empty words and a life of no purpose. And it's a shame to watch people die that way. And it's very depressing, and it's been on my brain all day today, and I can't get rid of the feeling. It's making me feel like me thinking about everyone else's lives and my own life. It's just giving me such a feeling of disappointment and purposelessness, if that's a word we can use. No purpose. What a shame. But you can't live your life forever with no purpose. I can't live my life forever with no purpose. I encourage you to try not to. It's such a sad, for the rest of us watching you, You know, for yourself, when you look in the mirror, it's such a sad thing to look at. You're not inspiring any of us. We're all just watching everyone else around us. And if you're doing it, we're watching you. Okay? If you're living a life of no purpose, you have no purpose. We're watching that and we see it. You know, promises unfulfilled. Think about that. How many things have you said? How many dreams have you had? Just unfulfilled. Unfulfilled. Never tried. Never chased it. Never did anything. What a shame. Try. Do something. Give yourself some kind of a purpose. I've talked enough. Did I get it all off my chest? Nope. I'm still going to be thinking about this when I turn this camera off. Probably all night tonight. Probably tomorrow. Probably until I fulfill my purpose in life. And I know what that is. I genuinely do. I'm gonna get out of here. It's been nice chatting with you guys again. We're watching you. Do something.